Hi everyone, welcome back to Easy Flyers. We're just out doing a bit of fun flying today with half of our flying force. We thought it would be just a bit of fun to talk you through what airplanes we got.
You've all seen this before probably, but this is my scratch built de Havilland Tiger Moth, about a metre span. This is my go-to little flyer because I just love it. It flies beautifully. We'll possibly get the plans sorted sometime when I can be bothered to go on the computer for a while and do them, but I hate computers, so it's not encouraging me to do it. So we've got the two little flight test bipes here. These are great fun. Love these, and we've just said today we're going to try to get these up together and get a bit of footage at some stage. But these are good to fly. They're not great in any kind of wind really. A bit of a handful. It's true what people say that bigger is easier to fly because of the short wingspan. These are quite chopsy in a bit of a breeze, but you know they kind of bounce a bit when you do inevitably crash them. But hence all the hot glue in the front of that one. But yeah, brilliant fun. Thoroughly recommend those. This is the flight test Spitfire. A few modifications that I've made is what I tend to do, just to push them on a little bit further, like the canopy made out of Coke bottles. A cute little pilot in there. And I've put in the fairings for the wings, retracts, which need fixing because I broke it the other day, landing heavily. Nice spinner, and they come up really nice. And they do fly beautifully as well. Once you've got to get the motor angle right on those. But yeah, really good flyer. This is my new baby. This is the 13th Squadron Mosquito. It's so fresh that it's only got a few markings on it at the moment because I ran out of time last night. But hopefully we're going to get her up in the air today. And I think Matt, the Stig, is going to get the honours of trying that one out. This is an oldie, but a favourite of mine, really light, 50 grams this is. Tiny little Tiger Moth, runs on these little batteries. All the guts in there are out of the WL Toys Cessna, and I still use the transmitter that came with that, but I've built loads of little aircraft with these guts, with the geared motors, and they work really, really well. We've got my MiG-15, which is a scratch built again. A bit of a learning curve with this one. It's my first EDF, and this is version 3. The problem being with a MiG is that all your gubbins, all the battery and everything needs to go inside the thrust tube. So I've arrived at this size and it all works beautifully. We've got enough space in there for the battery, the ESC and everything all fits in there nicely, and it flies a treat. Really, really nice, as you've seen probably on videos.
And here are some of my airplanes. Start off with the FT Viggen. Built this about a year ago. It was my first try in building a EDF jet. It's got a 70mm fan in there, and I was amazed how smooth it flies. It flies like a trainer. So I'd say if you wanted to progress from say a Cub or something like that onto a simple jet, I'd definitely start with a Viggen. And here is my Messerschmitt ME109. It's a Vincent Unruh kit. You can go onto a website with all his plans and download them. Very similar flying to the Spitfire. Again, added retracts. Yeah, that flies off a 2200 3-cell. Yeah, very good in dogfights with the Spitfire. Here is my 5-inch Freestyle quad. We do all our air-to-air footage with that. It's a very trusty platform for the GoPro. Here is the Flight Test Master Series P38, which I'm very fond of. Again, very easy and forgiving aircraft to fly. We'll get some footage of that today. Installed my own retracts here, and I recently installed a new nose gear, which I'm very proud of because I've made it swivel sideways as it goes in, so you can't see them when you're flying. It's a lot better than the old one where it just stick out. Here's a recent purchase of mine. It's a DJI Mavic Pro Platinum. Just getting into a bit more cinematic photography, so I'll try and do some today, filming some of the airplanes. That was a really good, expensive purchase.
Thanks to Santa.
Yes. Trusty Spectrum DX8 Gen 2. I've always flown Spectrum receivers and transmitters. Personally, myself, I find they're the most comfortable, easy to use. I know everyone has their own preference, but personally, that's what I know. That's what Mike uses as well.
Yeah.
Here is my Durafly Sea Vixen. It's got a 70mm fan in her. Nice electric retracts. It does have missiles and the fuel tanks and the rockets that go on underneath. But I do find in cold weather, if you've flown EDFs before, you'll know that cold weather saps the batteries really quick, and with the extra drag, you've only got a couple of minutes in flight time in winter time. So I tend to fly without them on. I've also installed wingtip lights and nose flashing light, hopefully you'll be able to see while I'm flying. And here is my Watt 4 Mark III. My first delve into balsa. I inherited this from a guy who was giving up the hobby a couple of years ago, so it sat in the garage with another one for a couple of years. Didn't really know what to do with it, it wasn't complete. So I, rather than putting a nitro engine in it, I wanted to try electric just to make sure I could fly it, and it was a good flyer. So that's what I've got in there at the moment, this electric motor. And yeah, I was surprised, being heavy as it is, how smooth it flies. It is a very, very forgiving aircraft. With 3200 4-cell battery in there, I can easily get 20 to 25 minutes flight time, which is incredible, considering this weighs exactly the same as my Vulcan. It's about 4 kilos. It is amazing how heavy balsa is. So yeah, it is a very good plane, but I'm always at heart with foamies. So hopefully now we'll do a bit of filming of us flying, hopefully not too many crashes. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, we just bound my transmitter to Mike's SE5 because we wanted to try a bit of World War I combat, and this is a reason why you don't let me fly other people's planes. Inexperienced with little smaller models, but yeah, yeah, yeah. It was a bit of a sketchy takeoff. Hopefully we got that on camera with the Mavic. So yeah, I'm going to continue and do a bit more. Right, we're just wrapping up flying. Had a good session today. Only crashed a couple of times.
Got the wreckage. Got a bit in my pocket to prove it.
But like we say, if you go out flying and you don't come home with a few bits of an airplane, did you really go flying?
Absolutely.
So yeah, we've hopefully got some good footage to show you. And until next time.